What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Preach Divine, back with yet another video. If you like the video, like, comment, subscribe. Stop playing. So, what I wanted to come on today and discuss was something that, due to my experiences, I no longer do. Okay? And a lot of females that are in this situation, they frown upon that I no longer consider them for this reason. Me personally, I don't consider being exclusive with a female that have children. Okay? Now, throughout my life, I have yet to meet a woman that appreciate the things that a guy give up that don't have children. Right? Even if you have children sometimes, taking on someone else's responsibilities is still huge, okay? But I don't have kids, right? So it is a big change and sacrifice to my life that I have yet observed a female appreciate. Okay? Now, lately when I convey this to a woman with children, of course they dislike this. All right? And you have a lot of successful women that think that you don't have to do anything for their children. Okay? This shit makes absolutely no damn sense. Okay? And I kill them every single time we begin to discuss this topic. Okay. So since you're saying that I don't have to do anything for your kids because they are taken care of and you got them. All right. So, number one, if we have kids together, because since I don't have kids, if I'm dating someone, that may be an option, right? If we have kids together, and I'm only supposed to provide for my kids and not yours? Since you're saying I don't have to do anything for your kids, right? When I take our child to the amusement park, to the movies, right? When holidays come around, Christmas, do I just buy our kids gifts? Right? Vacation, do I just pay for our kids and tell you to pay for your kids? You see where I'm going with this? Right? If I did that, right, that is going to be extremely deleterious or extremely just friction within a relationship if I was to conduct myself like that, because let's be honest, she don't want to hear it. Right? Then I say, okay, so you got 1 or 2 kids. We have 1, right? Now we have to get a bigger home in order to be conducive, right, for the children. You see what I'm saying? Right? I don't go to the grocery store and just buy food for my kids, right? The list go on and so forth, right? And if you're in that situation, I know guys that used to be in that situation. Now, I have been there plenty of times in the past, right? And anyone will tell you, all my ex will tell you, I am an amazing father figure. And the number one reason for why I don't do it is because it hurt me to my core when I leave their mom. Okay? And I sacrifice and give up so much for a child where I reap no benefits, right? Meaning that if I was to exit from the situation with their mom, right, I don't see them again. Right? And in most situations, their mom know that that's the only thing that hurts me. Right? So that's the first thing that they snatch. You can't see her again. Right? Because I broke her heart and I left her. Right? So now she's trying to break my heart with the kids. You know what I'm saying? Right? So, like I said, right? I have yet to find a woman that appreciate it. Right? And then when I meet the woman that say, you don't have to do anything for my kids, it doesn't make any sense. I had a homie that was in a situation where he was married and she had 3 kids and he had 1 by her, right? And she would vent to me about like him only taking their kids to the movies. Not all the kids, just their kids together, right? Him only taking her to like the park and just doing activities with her. Right? Now, I told him that he was wrong, right? Because I said, being in that situation, bro, the children are innocent, okay? And if you're going to date a woman, right, with a child, it is 100% a package deal. Okay? So don't go into it doing immature shit like that, right? If you're gonna go into it, be a father figure. You see what I'm saying? But in my experience, like I said, women tend not to appreciate it. Right? I put a post up not too long ago about all my exes never appreciating what I gave up and sacrificed, right? An ex from 7 years ago DM me, right, and tell me, you're right, I'm sorry, right? You was an amazing father figure for Leo. She loved you to death. You loved her to death, right? And it hurt my heart that I wasn't able to see her after the 3 years I spent with her, right? All of the sacrifices I made with, you know, putting a roof over our head, feeding us. I wanted one of those guys that love to be active, right? So we're always doing something, right? The amount of money and time I invested, right? And she reached out to me, man, and said, you're right, I'm sorry, and I apologize, right? My last ex, right? She had a child that I love dearly, right? After about, I was still hurting after this, over this kid, man, after about like maybe 9 months. And somebody was like, reach out to her to see if she'll let you FaceTime XYZ. I said, I know she won't. Because I left her, she was texting me to want to see me and I wasn't with it, right? You know, as far as her, but I still love the baby, right? So one day I reach out to her and I say, hey, do you mind something as simple as send me a picture of Bella? Send me a picture. She read my shit, it said read, and she blocked me. Why? Because that's the only way she can hurt me, okay? Right, so that's a big reason for why I don't date a woman with kids, because, you know, I love kids to death, but at the end of the day, they aren't yours. And you make a huge sacrifice, man, for children that's not biologically yours. And if you want to make that investment, man, you want to be able to get a return on that investment by at least seeing your kids, right? So for all the women that say you don't have to do anything for my kids because they're good, it never make any sense, right? Just time alone, right? I'm giving up my time, right? If I'm exclusive with a woman with kids, our life and what we do, it revolves around when you can get free because you have kids. Right? You think that's not a sacrifice? Right? What time we got to get back in the house? Because that's not a sacrifice? Right? So I already named some of the other things where it's a huge sacrifice that people don't seem to consider. Right? So when they make that statement, it's completely bullshit. Right? Taking on a woman with kids, man, is a huge project. Right? And trust, most of them do not appreciate it. Shit. Majority of the times, the kids don't appreciate it. Right? Thing that will hurt you the most, man, if you made all these sacrifices for a kid and just because you discipline them, right? They say, you are my dad. It happens all the time. All the time. Now, there are some people out there who had amazing step parents and love them to death. I'm not saying that, right? But I bet you a lot of them didn't learn to appreciate their step parents until they was older. Right? And they got out here and they started to experience life. And then they look back and now they appreciate what their step parents did for them. You see what I'm saying? Right? But like I said, you know, I just wanted to come over and talk about that, man. You know, I have a lot of females that think that it's not a big deal for a guy to take on that situation. It is. It's huge. You know? So if you like the video, like, comment, subscribe.